pastor Donnie McClurkin, who's saying we fall down but we get back up. Now he faces a new lawsuit. Donnie McClurkin by his assistant. The assistant claimed he was essayed and groomed by the gospel icon. Is this true or is this alleged? We're gonna get to the latest on what's going on with Donnie McClurkin getting sued by his assistant on the next edition of Viral. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Viral. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Viral. We talk about pastor icon, Grammy Award winning singer Donnie McClurkin facing SA charges as the former assistant claims that he was groped and manipulated as well. We'll get to it in a minute. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Here on Viral, we talk about Pastor Donnie McClurkin, whose song, We Walk Down, We Get Back Up. Man, there was a powerful song back in the day. But Donnie McClurkin now faces a lawsuit from his former assistant, claiming that he was essayed and groomed and manipulated by the pastor. Well, let's get to our own Bob Evans. Bob, take it away on this Donnie McClurkin situation.
A major figure in gospel music is now at the center of a serious legal battle. Grammy-winning singer and pastor Donnie McClurkin has been accused in a newly filed civil lawsuit of sexual abuse and grooming by a former associate. According to the lawsuit, the plaintiff claims the alleged misconduct occurred over several years and involves spiritual mentorship and church-related travel. McClurkin's legal team has strongly denied the allegations, stating they are completely false. No criminal charges have been filed at this time. The case has sent shockwaves through the gospel and faith communities, raising renewed conversations about power, accountability, and transparency within religious institutions. As this story continues to develop, Viral will keep you informed with the facts, not speculation. I'm Bob Evans.
Bob Evans telling us the latest on Donnie McClurkin, giving us insightful information. Bob Evans always the best in the business. And Bob telling us what's going on. Could we see what's going on with Donnie McClurkin? Did we see the signs and stuff in some way? We don't know. Well, let's hear what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say. Let's hear what you people had to say on what people say about Donnie McClurkin being allegedly essayed by his assistant being essayed by him.
This is diabolical. Donnie McClurkin has been hit with a SA lawsuit by his former personal assistant who claims that Donnie R-worded him throughout his time working for him. His name is Giuseppe Costello, and he claimed that he worked with Donnie McClurkin from 2004 to about 2008, but had to quit after Donnie kept forcing himself upon him. He claims he initially reached out to Donnie and wanted to meet him after reading his autobiography about beating the rainbow. And after he met Donnie, they instantly clicked and believed that they were going to have some type of mentor relationship. He realized that was the furthest thing from the case. On to allege multiple instances where Donnie would allegedly force himself upon him, and even claimed that Donnie would come onto him and pray the gay away sessions they would have. Costello is claiming that these advances started with just touching, then led to unwanted sexual contact. Craziest part regarding this is Costello claims that he has a alleged email from Donnie McClurkin apologizing for being a dirty old man and forcing himself upon Costello. In the emails, Donnie referred to himself as a dirty old man and claimed that Costello only wanted a platonic mentoring relationship with him, but Donnie just could not deal with that. Apparently, he got fed up with Donnie's actions, and in about 2007, 2008, he quit and went on to work for a major airline. Now he is pursuing a lawsuit against Donnie McClurkin and claims that one of the incidents that was the tipping point for him quitting was him and Donnie going on a trip to California where Donnie brought his girlfriend. He claims that while they were in the hotel, Donnie came to his room and allegedly tried to himself upon him without his consent. Right now, it's unknown as to the amount Costello is trying to get from Donnie McClurkin, but something tells me Donnie is about to be signing that check. The entire situation is also crazy. Costello claims that he is now living in his truth and has accepted his ways. I'm curious to know what you guys think regarding this. This is literally insane. I feel like every day I look up, it's a new SA lawsuit against a major public figure. Let me know y'all thoughts down in the comments, you guys. Peace out, neighbors.
Oh, y'all. For a saint is just a sinner who fell down. But according to this lawsuit, you stayed down a while. So it's just another day where a lawsuit has been filed against a celebrity that we once loved and adored. This time it is gospel singer Donnie McClurkin. So the lawsuit was filed by Giuseppe Carlito on January 2nd. And in the lawsuit, he alleges in 2003, when he was 21 years old, he read Donnie McClurkin's autobiography, in which Donnie talked about God helping him overcome the curse of homosexuality. So that implored him to go visit Donnie McClurkin's church in Long Island. He said at the church event, Donnie talked openly about being taken advantage of in the worst way as a child, and that resonated with him because that was similar to his story. So he said that he was brought to meet Donnie after the church event, and Donnie apparently took immediate interest in him. So he ended up joining Donnie McClurkin's Perfecting Faith Church in Long Island, and then Donnie also hired him to be his personal assistant and to travel with him. He said he talked to Donnie about his struggles with his sexuality, and that's when Donnie offered to counsel him. But he says during those spiritual sessions where they were supposed to be praying the gay away, Donnie was allegedly molesting him. He alleges that the abuse got worse in 2007, particularly in a California hotel room where he alleges that Donnie forced him to slob on his knob like corn on a cob, and also Donnie put something up his back door. The lawsuit goes on to allege that there were similar assaults over the next 2 years in Atlantic City, Manhattan, and also at Donnie McClurkin's Long Island home. Now, Giuseppe said that he attempted to quit his job multiple times, but was told that his deliverance and purpose was tied to Donnie. Now, he says he stopped working for Donnie in 2008, but the abuse continued. He said that Donnie took advantage of him in the worst way in a Florida hotel room in 2012, and later in Boston and Niagara Falls in 2013. He says that the final incident occurred in 2015, when he claims that Donnie engaged in further sexual misconduct while he was seeking spiritual guidance during mental health struggles. Now, the lawsuit does include an image that appears to be an email from Donnie McClurkin in 2013, where he seemingly apologizes for his conduct, writing, "I forced myself on you." So this is a civil lawsuit. He is seeking damages, and Donnie's attorney has denied that this ever occurred. Y'all put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mova for the Black Accurate News.
Now, keep in mind that we're only on the 5th day of this year, and another lawsuit, but this time against Grammy-winning gospel singer, Pastor Donnie McClurkin. Now, before we get into the details of the lawsuit, I just want to say that whenever pastors say that they're going to pray the gay away, I just assume that they want the gay man to themselves. Because what are we talking about? Ain't no be so serious. Now, this man, Giuseppe Carletto, says that he went to Pastor Donnie McClurkin's church in 2003 because he was struggling with his sexuality and his faith. He then goes on to say that Pastor Donnie McClurkin began grooming him, allegedly, through mentorship sessions and spiritual sessions. He then says Donnie McClurkin hired him as his personal assistant, and they would be traveling, and this would happen while they were traveling for work with Donnie McClurkin. Now, the lawsuit also says that there was an email sent from Donnie McClurkin to the victim, allegedly apologizing for what he'd done. They're alleging that in the email, Donnie McClurkin refers to himself as the epitome of a dirty, old, desperate man, and that he was so foul and so stupid. Now, Donnie McClurkin's legal team has come out and said that the allegations are categorically false, which we seem to be hearing a lot these days, but we fall down, but do we get up?
These pastors stay getting called up. The latest to be hit with a lawsuit is Donnie McClurkin. And I'm not going to say it's true. I'm not going to say it's false. Because if we being honest, I honestly do not know. But all I know is this young guy came out and said that, let me just read it. Now, according to the Jasmine brand, it says a newly filed lawsuit is casting a shadow over the legacy of Grammy-winning gospel singer and pastor Donnie McClurkin, who was accused of essaying a young man he once mentored. The complaint filed in New York alleges McClurkin abused Giuseppe Corletto over several years after the then 21-year-old sought spiritual guidance in 2003. Corletto says he connected with McClurkin after reading the pastor's book about overcoming the curse of and attending a church event in Long Island. At first, it was all very innocent and what I thought was mentoring, Corletto told NBC News, adding that he now believes he was groomed. The lawsuit claims that abuse occurred during so-called Pray the Way sessions and escalated as Corletto worked as McClurkin's assistant. After an alleged 2013 assault, McClurkin allegedly sent an email calling himself a dirty old man and writing, "I feel so foul, so stupid." McClurkin, through his attorney, denied the claims as categorically false, saying the allegations are grossly mischaracterized. All I gotta say is yikes. Now, I'm not saying it's all pastors, but the things that I've heard that's going on in the church, man, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'll be live streaming. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Lord, Donnie McClurkin, you done fell down and you ain't getting up after this. Lord, Donnie McClurkin, you done fell down and you ain't getting up after this one. You want to talk about something? You was trying to pray the G out of him. Oh, you should have prayed the S out of him. Now he done sued your ass. Lord, Donnie McClurkin caught up with somebody in 2013. Lord Jesus, what's going on, black community? Y'all all creeps once y'all get that money on. Lord, this man said not only did Donnie McClurkin try to fondle him, said Donnie McClurkin emailed him, "Lord, we got a black Epstein file." What the hell? Why y'all don't just hit niggas on Telegram or something? Y'all always emailing something. Why is everything in the emails? Who is that damn crazy to be hitting somebody up? You should have just sent it as a text message. It could have meant anything. Then the email solidifies this somebody with power doing something dumb. Lord, this man about to take Donnie McClurkin to the king expeditiously, Lord. Listen, I don't know if it's true. It's all alleged right now, y'all. But it's on every blog page. Donnie, you shouldn't have emailed back. That's what solidified it. That's what got me pissed off. You sat somewhere on a goddamn BlackBerry, probably it was 2013, and emailed that damn man back. Y'all, I hate y'all when I get some more. I'm mad. I'm just a messenger.
It seems 2026 is the year of, oh, you think your favor's safe? Because I wouldn't. Donnie McClurkin, we fall down, but we get up. After you done all you can, you just stand. Donnie McClurkin, that one. He has been accused of essaying a young man. This is Giuseppe Corletto. He says in 2003, he went to Donnie McClurkin because he too was struggling with balancing his sexuality and the church. He was 21 at the time and he was attending Donnie McClurkin's church in Long Island, New York. Giuseppe felt very drawn to Donnie McClurkin because just like Donnie, he grew up in New York and he too was essayed as a child. He had the opportunity to meet Donnie after this event. It was giving like meet and greet, and he says that Donnie took an immediate interest in him, which he now knows that interest turned into grooming very quickly. Donnie would host Pray the Gay Away sessions, and during these sessions he would essay Giuseppe, and he says that only escalated when Giuseppe was actually hired as Donnie McClurkin's assistant. This lawsuit is being filed under New York City's gender-motivated violence protection law, which, if you remember, in 2022 basically extended the statute of limitations. If I'm remembering correctly, this is how Cassie was able to sue Diddy, because technically the offenses were actually under the statute of limitations, but this extended them all, which opened it back up. Donnie McClurkin's lawyer did speak out. He says that this is all false and it is a gross mischaracterization of his relationship with this man. Now, your instinct might be to hear that and think, oh, maybe he's not guilty of what he's being accused of. I would say not so fast, it does get worse. According to the lawsuit, Giuseppe actually has an email from Donnie McClurkin where he essentially admits to all of this. He calls himself a dirty old man, and he also apologizes for pawning and groping a man who he knows just wants guidance, and he's just taking advantage of that. It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. I fear 2026 we're in for a wild ride because it is only January 5th today.
Bet my last dollar Donnie McClurkin is in his prayer closet even right now talking about some Jehovah hide me. I am under the rock. The FBI, the CIA, NCIS, and all them other letter entities on the case right now because I need Oprah Winfrey arrested for crimes against black people. What are the crimes? The crimes of the people that she's introducing to the black community, right? The track record is ever fucked. Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, and Donnie McClurkin, and y'all keep talking about some Tyler Perry don't have no proteges. The proteges of Oprah aren't doing us well. According to a new lawsuit that was filed, a civil lawsuit, Donnie McClurkin allegedly raped and sexually assaulted one of his former assistants. Back up just a second because I know y'all are thinking to yourself, oh, why did Oprah catch a strike? Okay, so back in 1990, Donnie McClurkin had the song, What Do You Do When You're Done All Your Stand was the name of the song, okay? And Oprah, I think it was like 96, 97, Oprah put that song on her favorite things list, right? That sent Donnie McClurkin off. Okay, the song to date had sold like 30,000 copies. After it was on favorite things, that was 300,000 copies. So we talking in the 90s, no streaming. This was people going to the store, buying the thing. Without that favorite things moment, there is no we fall down, but we get, there is no Jesus name so sweet, Emmanuel. Like there's none of that, right? And then there's probably none of his church wherein he had the assistant. Okay, so boom, picture it. The year is 2023. Giuseppe Corletto, this is the person filing the lawsuit, is the age of 21. They are struggling with their sexuality at the time, okay? They read Donnie McClurkin's book wherein Donnie McClurkin says that God helped him overcome the curse of homosexuality. I'm going to smooth right past that. We have got to stay focused. Whoa. He goes to the church event. At the church event, Donnie McClurkin talks about how he was taken advantage of as a child, and his story resonated with him. At the end of the service, Giuseppe was taken to meet Donnie McClurkin, and instantly, Donnie McClurkin took a liking to him. It wasn't weird immediately, but it will get weird. We have to do a part 2.
Well, you people didn't hold back one bit. You people let me know what you thought about Donnie McClurkin. Now we know Donnie McClurkin had his own situation back in the day. And he said he was SA. We hopefully that don't be the case going on with that. But like we said, we're here on Viral. We're getting you the information that you need and give you what you want. Well, that's been all for Viral. We haven't heard what Donnie McClurkin had said. He hasn't responded, claiming the allegations are false. So we'll leave it like that. Thank you all for watching this edition of Viral. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.